Hello, my name is Kelly Campbell. I'm a certified financial planner and a member of the Financial Planning Association of Orange County. And I'm here to talk to you today about the importance of setting financial goals. This is part of our Essentials of Financial Literacy webinar series. And I hope that you'll tune in to the other 7 presentations in this series. But let's get started with this session on the importance of setting financial goals. So before we get started, I need to talk to you a little bit about what this presentation is not. This is our disclaimer. This is not intended to be tax advice, legal advice, investment advice. It's intended to be a general conversation about some topics in the realm of financial literacy. And we encourage you, if you have any specific questions or concerns, to reach out to a qualified professional. We're also going to be talking about some terms that might be new to you. And so I'm going to spend a little bit of time introducing you to some of those terms today. And here's the first one, financial literacy. So what is financial literacy? I like to think about financial literacy as possessing the knowledge, the skills, and the tools needed to make informed financial decisions, to manage financial resources effectively, and to confidently take actions to achieve your goals. So if we're talking about setting financial goals, the idea of a millionaire kind of pops into my mind. And so the typical millionaire, what do you think about how they got their wealth? Did they inherit it or were they self-made? What do you think? The answer to this question is false. Most millionaires did not inherit their wealth. In fact, Fidelity Investments did a survey a few years ago, and they found that 88% of millionaires are self-made, and only 12% inherited a significant portion of their wealth. So as you can see, some people get lucky, but most achieve financial success by working at it. And that generally requires having the right information, a lot of planning along the way, and making good choices. So I think that you've made a good choice by being here today watching this presentation. And I'm excited to share my knowledge along with some tools and strategies to help you achieve financial success. When we think about financial success, we like to think about building wealth. Because if you make a lot of money and you spend it all, you haven't really built any wealth and hence probably have not achieved much financial success. So what is your own definition of wealth? This can be different for individuals. For some people, it's home ownership. For others, it's having the peace of mind of knowing that you've got enough resources to pay your bills on time every month. For others, it might be thinking about a comfortable retirement and not having to worry about what they're going to do when they stop working. And in thinking about your definition of wealth, it's important for you to think about your own personal values, the people, the places and things that are important to you, because life is full of trade-offs. The home you choose to live in, the car you drive, the clothes you wear, the vacations you take, those are all outflows. And those can have some significant impact on your ability to build wealth and have financial success. So understanding your values helps you to set achievable goals. And we like to think of your wealth as being your net worth. So what is net worth? That's another one of those new terms that you may not have heard of before. Your net worth is your assets, or the things that you own, minus your liabilities, which are things that you owe to other people, and that equals your net worth. So examples of assets are money that you have in the bank, your retirement accounts, that those can be employer retirement accounts such as 401k or 403b plans. It could be individual retirement account that you've set up outside of work. Assets also include investment accounts where maybe you've bought stocks and bonds, mutual funds, that type of thing. Your home is considered an asset. Liabilities are things that you owe, such as a mortgage on a home that you own, or any monies that you owe on your credit card. You might have a car loan that you use to buy your car, or monies that you owe for your college, student loans. So those are all examples of liabilities. But when we think about your assets, not all assets are alike. And there are basically two different types of assets that I want to talk about today. The first are depreciating assets. And these are possessions that decrease in value over time. Examples are automobiles, any type of technology, home appliances or furniture or televisions, even jewelry. These are assets. These are things you buy and own, but they are worth less throughout the years than they were when you bought them. The other type of asset is considered a wealth creating asset. And these are things that generally increase in value over time or provide a return. And some examples of these include stocks, bonds, rental real estate that you might own, even your own personal residence may be increasing in value over time. And your bank accounts as well are considered wealth creating assets. So if we look at assets minus liabilities equals net worth, here's a way for you to calculate what your own net worth is. This is an example of a simple balance sheet. This is Anthony's balance sheet. You can see at the top, there's a section for all of his assets, his wealth building assets and his other assets. And at the bottom, there's a place for him to list all the amounts that he owes to other people, his car loan, his credit card balances, his student loan, etc. And so you can see that Anthony's total assets of $46,500 minus total liabilities of $22,500 equals his net worth of $24,000. So you don't need a special form to calculate your net worth, but we do have a family balance sheet on our website that you can download and use if you want to calculate what your net worth is. And I think it's a really good idea to have an idea of where you are today, what your net worth is right now. Because once you know that, you can start thinking about what you would like your net worth to be in 5 years, 10 years, and 30 years. And that's the beginning of starting to set goals to achieve financial success. So setting goals. In order to build wealth, we need to set both short-term and long-term financial goals. And I like to use what are considered SMART goals. These are generally goals that are specific, time-bound, and measurable. And SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. So if I have a goal that say that I want to be able to buy my own home in 5 years, and I need to save up $30,000 toward a down payment in order to do that. That would be a SMART goal, because I would know if I need $30,000 in 5 years for a down payment on a home, I can save $500 a month toward that goal. That's a SMART goal. Just saying I want to save money so that I can buy a house someday is not a SMART goal. So you can use this formula to make sure that your goals are clear and action oriented. When you're setting goals, you need to consider all costs, not just the upfront cost. So for example, if you were looking to purchase an automobile, say that you'd been taking public transportation, but you wanted to have your own car, you need to think about not only the cost of purchasing the car, but also what your ongoing costs are going to be, the cost of gas each week, the insurance that you're probably going to be paying each month, maintenance and repairs. The car's going to need new tires at some point in time. It's going to need oil changes. There's also going to be the annual registration for the car. So there are a lot of other costs to consider than the upfront cost. The other example here is the vacation. So there might be upfront cost of a plane ticket of $500 that's due at booking, but you're also going to have your cost once you go on your vacation, the cost of your hotel and what you're going to do when you're there, food, souvenirs, entertainment, and that type of thing. So it's really important to consider all costs when you're setting goals. And it's also really important to establish a time frame when you're working to achieve a goal. We found that writing things down is a very powerful motivator, and also telling someone else about your goal is a powerful motivator here also. So this is a family goals worksheet that you can use to start thinking about goals and how you might achieve them. As you can see, the column on the left is a place for you to write down your goals and indicate whether they're short-term, mid-term, or long-term goals. The middle column is the amount of money that you need to achieve that goal. And then the column on the far right is the savings target per month to meet that goal. So let's take a look at some how you might use this worksheet. So the first goal here that I put into the spreadsheet is establishing an emergency fund. So we believe that this should be the first goal that you strive to achieve. An emergency fund, those are monies that you would use if you lost your job or you had some unexpected expenses come up. And we like to think of the amount that needs to be in this fund as being 3 to 6 months worth of your needs, which are your unavoidable expenses, your housing, your food, your transportation, etc. Another example of a goal, this one, goal for 2 years from today. Maybe you've got some credit cards that have a really high interest rate and you're paying too much in interest, and it's keeping you from being able to achieve other goals because you're paying off this credit card debt. So you might set a goal of getting these credit cards paid off in 2 years, and you have a balance of $4,800 on that credit card. So in addition to your minimum payment, you would pay an extra $200 per month in principal reduction on your credit cards in order to get those paid off in a 2-year period of time. Let's look at another goal. Here's the down payment on the home that we talked about when we were discussing SMART goals. This is saving $30,000 for a down payment on a home in 5 years with a savings target of $500 a month. And it's really important to not overlook your long-term goals. We're a very present value oriented society, but I encourage everyone to think about saving for retirement. So this goal, retire when I'm 70, the savings target, we like to see people allocating a certain amount of their salary towards their retirement savings. You can start with a lower percentage in your early years of work and then increase that as you have more disposable income. So this is an example of some goals in a family goals worksheet. So this emergency fund that we talked about when we were looking at the goals worksheet, as a reminder, what is it? It should be 3 to 6 months of your needs, your unavoidable expenses. Why do you need it? It protects against lost income or unexpected expenses. I like to think of it as insurance against the need to use high interest consumer debt for an emergency. And where should you keep it? We recommend that you keep it in a federally insured bank account. This shouldn't be money that you have in the stock market or any speculative asset that could go up or down in value. This is your stable cash that you want to have there, break glass when needed type of emergency funds. So we do have some tools and resources available for you on our website. As a reminder, our website is FPAOCprobono.org. You can go on there and you can download the family balance sheet that I talked about and also the family goals worksheet. And if you have any other questions, we recommend that you schedule a free personal financial planning session with one of our volunteer certified financial planner professionals. These are great opportunities for you to ask questions specific to your own individual concerns. So we hope you've enjoyed this presentation today. And I encourage you to find the time to watch the other 7 presentations in this series as well. Thank you for your time.